Another day, another credit.
He blessed us alike.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the nap. Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out. See you later. After that business with the term. Yep. Something just came in. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Thank you, Captain. Always appreciate it when you lend a hand. Let me know when the matter's resolved. It's a lot of work, as always. Well, the whole department is in the process of recovering, myself included. If I'm being honest, I still have nightmares of my team turning on one another. Things can be replaced and wounds can be healed, but building back that trust in each other is going to take time. Luckily, we've built a good culture here, and we hired some new recruits who are inspired by what you did. I've got faith we'll survive this. See you later, Captain. Dr. Royce at the Dawn. A restaurant over in the residential district. Caters to a very fancy clientele. It's the kind of place where folks come in different sizes, depending on the food. According to the paper, normally, let me know if you have any questions. How's the investigation going? Take care.
all of our... There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
My pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I told them it was a bad idea. Have you ever met anyone like that who just wouldn't listen?
Okay, hello. Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter! He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. That does sound reasonable. So long as you don't hand the ring over to Octavio. You're right. My stubbornness gets me in trouble far too often. Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
But on the all-terror system, we've heard that it's online.
How can I help you, Captain? Captain. Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Hardly surprising for a captain of the UC Vanguard, but still, impressive nonetheless. Here, Take this. It's well deserved. I'm starting to run out of credits to give you. Whoever said crime doesn't pay? I do. Thanks to you, the spaceport is up and running again, which is good for commerce, but also for smugglers. We've received a tip that someone has been bringing in contraband into New Atlantis through the spaceport, and we need to investigate. Great. First, speak to one of the technicians over by landing pad B. Ask them if they've noticed any suspicious activity. Once you've gotten a lead, cross-reference their testimony with ship records over at Aegis. When you're done, report back to me with your findings. Back to work then.
Up there, huh?
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Yeah? Can't say I have. When you work a job like this, you see so many ships. They all sort of blend together. Nope. I just keep my head down and do my job. Speaking of which,
Can I help you? It's about time. I've been telling my supervisor about that cargo ship for ages. I was beginning to think he was ignoring me. That's the problem. I don't really look at the ship names when I work, just the ID number granted for clearance. I think it was UC576B. I do know it's a cargo class transport, if that helps. It's the way the crew handled the cargo. They were being way too delicate. The manifest said they were carrying potatoes, spuds. I don't know what was in those crates, but it certainly wasn't that. Right, back to it. You will be scanned as you enter the city. Okay.
I'm here for you, my love.
The fewer people there are, think the security of the United... That I do, Captain. Sergeant Yumi said you'd be coming to pick it up. You've got good timing, too. I actually have a friend on a classified star station who sent me this list of potential smugglers the other day. Here you are. Given I owe you for the last job, I Hope it serves some use. Yep. Every ship on that list has a route that goes through New Atlantis. Not surprising, given we're the biggest port in town. And if they're smuggling stuff there, you can bet your ass they're smuggling stuff here. We'll be seeing you.
Hey.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good.
Scanned as you enter the city. Please. Okay. No bounty.
Found those. How's the investigation going? Is that right? Do you know the name by any chance? Of course. I'll be here. Found those smugglers yet? Is that right? Captain Enjai's ship. I think you might have hit the mark here. You had reports of their crew being less than professional on several occasions. Still, being a little rough around the edges isn't exactly a crime. Are you sure it's the right ship? Then the next step is searching their cargo for any and, as luck would have it, I'll make the call to have the ship detained until further notice. Your job is to board the ship, locate any illicit goods, and return them here. And if any of the crew puts up a fight, I trust you know what to do. Good luck.
I'll head to my crew position.
Looking for something? What now? Well, it looks like you got me, officer. I guess this means my potatoes... But maybe you'd be willing to give a first-time offender a slap on the carpal bone. I don't suppose you're interested in a deal? It's simple. I give you a large sum of creds, you turn around and tell your sergeant the ship was clean. That's unfortunate, Captain. Now, you need to leave. You're not taking my ship!
Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore. Whatever you need, you got it. Let's see what you've got. See you soon, love. When you have a moment.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
I have things for you.
Well, hello, sunshine. Bring me anything you... No, we done talking already.
hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
Hello.
You'll be scanned as you enter the city. Okay, no bounty. You're clear.
How's the investigation going? Good work. Very well done, Captain. Time and time again, you come through for it. Initially, I felt bad for helping someone of your rank doing security, but frankly, you're worth the guilt. In any case, I'll have a team move the ship off the landing pad and do a full sweep. Make sure there's no other surprises on board. Oh, and before I forget, your payment. It's well deserved.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Truly. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening. It means it is ready to reproduce. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news. My thoughts precisely. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City. Nice. Short-sighted and ill-advised, in my opinion. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch. I knew you would understand. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kassler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
You should ask Sam about Aquila sometime. He has some pretty amazing stories to tell.
Welcome to a... Sorry. Spaceport's always a zoo.
Sam has told me so many stories about Aquila City.
Take a look around.
I feel as though I've lived here all my
All
life.
kinds of things.
If you're looking... Sure, Laredo makes some good... You seem all right. Outlaws? Ashta. I'm sure I got what you need.
that's a hell of a gun modification. There are two certainties in this universe. Death and eating at a Chunk's restaurant. And to be honest, death is almost preferable.
Your next stop wouldn't be the Charybdis system, would it? We got a report of a distress call out there.
The rock isn't exactly massed, but as seats of government go, it's still quite an impressive structure.
Well, hey there.
Akil is really the heart of the Freestar Collective.
Don't be causing trouble now.
I'm proud to be helping the Freestar Rangers.
Better this than being some dust wrangler on unparalleled.
These Rangers are some hard-blooded folk. They ain't afraid of anything.
It's really an honor to be able to help out.
Just let me.
Why, thank you.
Hiya.
August.
picked up something you might be interested in.
Captain, landing procedure initiated.
Careful with that spacesuit. One serious puncture, and you're done.
You're done.
You think you can hide from me, asshole?
When I find you... alien energy unleashed at your command. Unbelievable.
Go ahead. Leave, coward.
Damn it! Show yourself, bastard!
Damn it!
Got all worked up for nothing.
they've got any weapons or ammo.
Gotcha! You should be the one dying! Die already!
I have things for you. What's happening, darling? Fishing for a handout, eh? Stay safe, darling.
I'm going to tell them how I feel. I don't care.
So you want to come here for a...
Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I offer a brief tour, and I'm happy to discuss. Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City.
That
is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late. Most in the collective aren't overly fond of MAST or the UC in general. I tend to share that sentiment. Lost a cousin in the colony war, you know. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized, nor particularly inclined, to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage. Hi! Please feel free to have a look around. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question. I guess I don't want to impede anything important. I'm not really that busy. I think I can wait you out. Huh. A disaster befalling New Atlantis? Hard to get upset about that. I can't just hand out museum exhibits to anyone. It doesn't work that way. If this isn't some sort of hustle, go talk to Earl Fulton. I believe he...
Well. Back for more, eh?
Artifacts that date all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe.
Laredo makes some of the most dependable firearms money can buy. If they're good enough for the Freestar Rangers, they should be good enough for us.
Mind if we stop by the waterfall on this trip? I could use a few moments to unwind.
Aquila City has what we need. Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City? Well, I'm sure she'll get over it. Or perhaps you could simply avoid Aquila City. Maybe the entire Freestar Collective. No great loss there. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. Right, so we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. And this was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible. That's enough. And there it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess. So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it. An excellent question. I have been wondering myself. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick. You're right. There's a chance that there could be some minor adverse side effects, but none would be life-threatening. We won't play the broadcast loud or long enough to cause any major or permanent damage to humans or other organic life. And aside from that, if we don't calm this tree down soon, well, I fear that the vibrations it's emitting will eventually reach such strength it could severely damage our internal organs. I have no doubt that you will.
You're listening to the Settled Systems News Network.
You didn't hear this from me, but those eclectic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. That's why they give them a white...
We've done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked. I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Funny how Aquila City reminds me of Neon, with the wealth planted in the middle and the poor at the periphery.
Sarah Filburn and her brother-in-law.
late one night and
you're
back.
Tried to
How'd it go?
arrest me for public indecency. She'll be a terror once she grows up.
Hey, how'd your day with Leah go?
Good. You did what I asked, so let's go meet the marshal. Follow me.
I got a 90-minute lecture
Welcome
on the
to
great
the Rock,
Solomon
I
Cove,
guess.
founder of the Three-Star Collective. How pathetic is it that I can't compete with a guy who's been dead for
We're
20 years?
headquartered in the upper floors of the Rock, but we also have remote stations throughout Free Star Collective space. Helps us to identify and respond to threats more quickly. There are less than a dozen Rangers in all, and we operate with limited resources. Thankfully, most people respect us and are willing to cooperate. In this job, your eyes, ears, and wits are every bit as important as your badge and your sidearm. Marshal.
Emma! I take it you're here because you're satisfied that our new recruit can handle the job.
Seems capable enough, and we could use the help.
All right, then. Step forward, recruit. Let me have a word with you.
Excuse me.
I've got just one question. Do you pledge to defend the people of the Free Star Collective, even if it means risking your own life? Good. Here, take these. You're now a Free Star Ranger deputy. I'm assigning you to Ranger Wilcox for some field training. Listen good to what she tells you. Welcome aboard, deputy.
You've made a wise choice, but I trust that your duties as a ranger won't interfere with your service to Constellation.
Wish we could throw you a welcome party, but there's work to do. We got word from a farmer on Montera Luna. She says someone's trying to take her farm, and she's afraid she might be in danger. Well, most things do at the start. Doesn't mean they stay that way. That being said, best not to assume anything. Just try to keep an open mind. Grab any supplies you might need, and let's get going.
Pay attention to what Ranger Wilcox tells you.
Not everyone gets...